everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hi. Today's video is another giant book haul. I have so many books sitting down here and I'm so excited to share them with you guys today. A lot of these I talked about in my March reading wrap up, so if you want to hear me talk more about them, you can definitely go watch that. And I will have my Goodreads link down below too, so if you want to see what I rated any of these books, you can definitely go check that out. And we also have a giveaway in today's video, so I'm just going to do that first because I hate when people do giveaways and they put them away at the end of the video. So I'm putting mine at the beginning. I am going to be giving away a copy of Addicted to You by Krista and Becky Ritchie. They recently came out with new covers for the books, and I'm one of those people where if it's on my bookshelf, I want it to look nice and the same. So I rebought the whole thing, and I had this first one. I've never opened it. So instead of it just sitting not on my bookshelf because it wouldn't match, I would just give it away to one of you guys. So if you want to win this, all you have to do is be subscribed to my YouTube channel, give this video a thumbs up, and then just comment down below your favorite book. I don't know when this video is going to be posted, but whenever the day is that I post it, a week later this will close. So just read the description box for all the rules. But yeah, if you want a chance to win this book, just be subscribed to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and then just comment your favorite book down below. Like I said, I bought all the new covers. So I bought the whole Addicted to You and Calloway Sisters series. So I'm going to read the back of Addicted to You just so you can kind of get a feel for it, but I'm not going to read the back of the rest just because I don't want any spoilers to come out if you haven't already read it. It says, she's addicted to sex, he's addicted to booze. The only way out is rock bottom. No one would suspect Shy Lily Calloway's biggest secret. While everyone is dancing at college bars, Lily stays in the bathroom to get laid. Her compulsion leads her to one-night stands, steamy hookups, and events she shamefully regrets. The only person who knows her secret happens to have one of his own. Lauren Hale's best friend is his bottle of bourbon. Lily comes at a close second. For 3 years, they've pretended to be in a real relationship, hiding their addictions from their families. They've mastered the art of concealing flasks and random guys that filter in and out of their apartment. But as they sink beneath the weight of their addictions, they cling harder to their destructive relationship and wonder if a life together for real is better than a lie. Strangers and family begin to infiltrate their guarded lives, and with new challenges, they realize they might not just be addicted to alcohol and sex. Their real vice may be each other. After this comes the second book. Ricochet, I want to say is how you pronounce it. I'm the worst at pronouncing things, so I probably said it wrong. And then Addicted for Now. And then there is Thrive and Addicted After All. All these books are about Lily and Lo. And then there is the Calloway Sister series, which you kind of like read in between these books. In the front of each book, they have the recommended reading order for them. So you read the Calloway Sister series in between the Addicted series. You don't necessarily have to, but I do just because that's the timeline for it. These ones don't have new covers yet. I vote they should make covers like these because I think those are really pretty. Lily has 4 sisters: Poppy, Rose, her, Lily, and Daisy. They're all named after flowers. That's so cute. Rose's first book is Kiss the Sky. Daisy's first one is Hothouse Flower. Rose has this one too, Fuel the Fire, and then Daisy, Long Way Down. And then they both have boyfriends too, and they're in these books. The very last one is Some Kind of Perfect, and this is a huge book, and it just has like stories from each couple in it. And then after that, their kids have a spin-off series too. I think there's like 8 or 10 books out right now, so I'm probably gonna buy those after I finish reading all these. But this series is literally one of my favorite series I've ever read. So if you want to read it, definitely enter the giveaway for this book, or even if you have like read it on your phone and don't have the hard copy and still love it, enter. Now we have a giant pile of books over here. First one I have here is Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. This book, oh my god, I think this is my favorite standalone book I have ever read. I don't see too many people talking about this, but I feel like recently now a lot more people are reading it, so I'm glad because this book is so good. I'll read the back. I wanted to lose myself in the small town of Pelion, Maine, to forget everything I had left behind, the sound of the rain, the blood, the coldness of a gun against my skin. For 6 months, each breath has been a reminder that I survived and my dad didn't. I'm almost safe again, but the moment I meet Archer Hale, my entire world tilts on its axis and never rights itself again. Until I trespass into a strange, silent, and isolated world, Archer communicates with no one, yet in his whiskey-colored eyes, something intangible happens between us. There's so much more to him than just his beauty, his presence, or the way his hands communicate with me. on me. But this town is mirrored in secrets and betrayals, and Archer is the explosive center of it all. So much passion and so much hurt. But it's in Archer's silence that we might just find what we need to heal and to live. There's this part in this book where Bree, her dad, is actually deaf, and Archer taught himself sign language because obviously he can't physically speak. And no one he's ever met has learned sign language, and so she is like finally able to like talk to him in that way. You know, it's just it was so good. Oh, I love this. If you've never read this, go buy it right now and read it. Then I got Serenade and Heartbreak by Ella Fields. I would say this is another one that I think is like on my top list for standalones. It's actually a love triangle, and like this cover, like it's so pretty. I know this is on Kindle Unlimited, but I bought it for the cover because I was like, this is so pretty. Like I need it, and I'm glad I bought it because I loved it. Okay, it says, my first love was my brother's best friend, a lead singer in their band, a picture of rugged perfection, and a drunk soulmate who couldn't commit. My second love was an arrogant baseball player, a player in every sense of the word, smooth-talking and reliable best friend, but a chance at something beautiful and true. The problem with having a first and a second love, that would be loving them at the same time. My story isn't some sexy triangle, it's exquisite agony. They gave me two men to love, but none of us knew which one I could keep. In this book too, there is like one of my favorite plot twists ever to happen in a book. I'm not gonna say it because I'm not gonna ruin it. You just gotta go read it. Then I got 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole, and I actually did a whole reading vlog on this book. And thinking about it right now, and probably me trying to read the back of this, it's like gonna make me teary-eyed. Literally the saddest book I've ever read, but I know I will never forget this book. It'll always be with me. If you haven't read it, or if you were putting off reading it like me because you were just scared to do it, go do it. This is your sign. Go read this book. One kiss lasts a moment, but 1,000 kisses can last a lifetime. One boy, one girl. A bond that is forged in an instant and cherished for a decade. A bond that neither time nor distance can break. A bond that will last forever, or so they believe. When 17-year-old Rune Christensen returns from his native Norway to the sleepy town of Blossom Grove, Georgia, where he befriended Poppy Lynchfield as a child, he has just one thing on his mind. Why did the girl who was one half of his soul, who promised to wait faithfully for his return, cut him off without a word of explanation? Rune's heart was broken 2 years ago when Poppy fell silent. When he discovers the truth, he finds the greatest heartache is yet to come. Oh, that's all I'm going to say about this book because it's making me sad. Then I got Hush Hush by Lucia Franco. And I always see More to Mary talk about this book, and I thought it was super good. There's actually like a novella, is that what they call it, that comes after this. I haven't read that, but I really liked this one. I knew the rules, never reveal my true identity, play the game, give the illusion, don't get close to the clients. The dark and glamorous lifestyle of the rich and shameless opened my eyes to a lavish world of sin and wealth and a man I can't have. The man I desperately want, James Riviera. We're treading a fine line as we live the ultimate double life until we make a startling discovery that tests both our loyalties. I only had to follow the rules, but the rules are meant to be broken. So this one is kind of like she's a high-end escort for like rich people. So if you're into that, read this one. I thought it was pretty good. Then I got one of my favorite series ever. I should do a video on like my favorite series. I did a video in December about my favorite romance series, which I only read romance, so even if I did another one it would be all the same thing. But I have new favorite series, so maybe I'll do an update of that video. Let me know if you want that. But I got the Stay With Me series. I read these on my Kindle back in January, and oh, so good, so good. And the covers are so pretty. Like, look at that. So I just had to buy them in paperback. And as they were sitting there, I noticed that this one's a different color than the rest, and that kind of bothers me. Like, see, this is the stuff that I look at books, and it like, I'm like, why? Why? But it's fine. I like the white paper better. It's okay. I'm just gonna read the back of the first one. In a desperate final attempt to save 19-year-old Mia from herself, she gets transferred to Doler University, a reformity college in the UK that housed deranged and dangerous young adults who viewed the private institution as their own personal playground. Mia didn't care. She needed feelings to care. She would keep her head down, ignore everyone, and make it through the next 2 years effortlessly. Though Mia never anticipated Ollie Masters. With green eyes, tattoos, and the voice of a poet, she is quickly drawn to him, but because of her sociopath tendencies, she knows it can only end in one of two ways. Either he will be the one to free her from her past, or she will be the one to destroy him. So yeah, this first one is called Stay With Me. Second one's gonna be Even When I'm Gone. And then the third one is Now Open Your Eyes. And these are so good. They're more of like a dark romance, so if you're not into that, I don't know, this may be a little too much for you. There's murder, there's kidnapping. Most of them have like mental illness, so there is some like touchy subjects in here. So if you're not comfortable with that, probably don't read it. But if you like stuff like that, you need to read this. And then I got another series, and this is the Aiden, I think it's called the Emden series. It came from Wattpad, and I could definitely tell it was Wattpad when I was reading it, but it was still pretty good. So the first one is Aiden, and the second one's Amelia. When Amelia Banks finishes her freshman year of college and meets the enchanting and successful Aiden Scott, her thoroughly planned life takes an unpredicted turn towards danger and devotion. Aiden thought he had everything he could dream of: youth, wealth, and power. That is until Amelia dances into his life, setting a blazing fire of color through every dark corner he's hidden himself inside of. Is Amelia ready to be involved with the dangerous games that Aiden's empire entails? So this one has like mafia, killing, kidnapping, rich people, stuff like that in it. So if you like that, read this. Okay, I had to delete some stuff off my camera, so if the angle changed a little bit, that's why. But the next book that I got is Beautiful Bastard by Christina Lauren. I've heard so many great things about this one, so I'm excited. This one, it says more than 2 million reads online, first time in print, so I don't know if it was on Wattpad or like a different website like that. I'm not sure. But it says, an ambitious intern, a perfectionist executive, and a whole lot of name calling. Whip smart, hard work, and on her way to an MBA, Chloe Mills has only one problem: her boss, Bennett Ryan. He's exacting, blunt, inconsiderate, and completely irresistible. A beautiful bastard. Bennett has returned to Chicago from France to take a vital role in his family's massive media business. He never expected that the assistant who had been helping him from abroad was the gorgeous, innocent, provocative, completely infuriating creature he now has to see every day. Despite the rumors, he's never been one for a workplace hookup, but Chloe's so tempting he's willing to bend the rules, or outright smash them, if it means he can have her all over the office. As their appetites for each other increases to a breaking point, Bennett and Chloe must decide exactly what they're willing to lose in order to win. I'm pretty sure this one's a series too, so after I read this, I'm probably gonna have to buy the rest of them. Then I got Too Late by Colleen Hoover. I've actually just recently got this, and I don't even know what it's about. It's just by Colleen Hoover, so I bought it, because her books are always good. It says, Sloane will go through hell and back for those she loves, and she does every single day. After finding herself stuck in a relationship with the dangerous and morally corrupt Asa? I don't know how to say that. Jackson. Sloane will do whatever it takes to get by until she's able to find a way out. Nothing will get in her way, nothing except Carter. Sloane is the best thing to ever happen to Asa, and if you ask Asa, he'd say he's the best thing that ever happened to Sloane. Despite Sloane's disapproval of Asa's, I hope I'm saying this person's name right, or I'm just repeating the same name around over and over. Despite Sloane's disapproval of Asa's sinister lifestyle, he does exactly what he needs to do in order to stay a step ahead of her in his business. He also does exactly what he needs to do in order to stay a step ahead of Sloane. Nothing will get in his way, nothing except Carter. So I don't really honestly know anything besides what's on the back, so I can't wait to read this one. Then I got The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, and I ordered the other cover, and they sent me this one. And I was gonna message them and be like, hi, I got the wrong one. But then Easton's like, no, you're being dramatic. This one's fine. Like, just keep it. So I was like, okay. So I kept it. And I know exactly where I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna be outside at my lake cabin tanning, and I'm gonna read it. It seems like a good one for that. So I'm saving it for a nice summer day. The back says, for two sworn enemies, anything can happen during the Hawaiian trip of a lifetime. Olive is always unlucky. Her identical twin sister, Ami, who on the other hand is probably the luckiest person in the world. While she's about to marry her dream man, Olive is forced to play nice with her nemesis, the best man, Ethan. Yet Olive's luck may be on the turn when the entire wedding party, except for Olive and Ethan, gets food poisoning. There's an all-expense-paid honeymoon in Hawaii up for grabs. Putting their mutual hatred aside, Olive and Ethan head for paradise, but when Olive runs into her future boss, the little white lie she tells them spirals out of control. Forced to play loving newlyweds, she and Ethan find themselves in a closer proximity than they've ever expected. Soon Olive finds out that maybe she doesn't mind pretending. In fact, she's beginning to kind of feel lucky. I'm excited to read this one. Just needs to warm up here in North Dakota. It was like blizzarding outside yesterday and it's April. Like, what? I have 2 books left, and the first one that I have here is In 5 Years by Rebecca Serrell. I hate when they put stickers like that on it. Don't put the sticker. So then I try to get them off and it's sticky. It's just not a good time. But I've been wanting to read this one for a long time. The hardcover was like $25 and I was like, I'm not paying that. So when I saw it at Target for 20% off, I was like, I'm gonna buy it. Danny Cohen lives her life by the numbers. She's nothing like her lifelong best friend, the wild, whimsical, believes in fate Bella. Danny's miraculous planning seems to have paid off after she nails the most important job interview of her career and accepts her boyfriend's marriage proposal in one fell swoop, falling asleep completely content. But when she awakens, she's suddenly in a different apartment with a different ring on her finger and beside a very different man. Jenny spends exactly 1 hour, 5 years in the future, before she wakes again in her own home on the brink of midnight, and it is 1 hour she cannot shake. In 5 years, it's an unforgettable love story, but it is not the one you're expecting. I don't know, I've heard people say they love this book. Some people say they hate it, especially the end. So I'm excited to read it and to see what I think of it. And the last book is another one that I wanted to buy, but the hardcover was like $25 and I just didn't want to spend that. And it was at Target again, hence the ugly sticker on the bottom. But it is The 2 Lives of Lydia Bird. Another thing that bothers me is when like these stickers are on there, like you physically can't take it off. Like, why put that on there? Like, if you're gonna put it on the back or something. But okay, enough of my complaining. I'll read the back. 2 lives, 2 loves, 1 impossible choice. Lydia and Freddie, Freddie and Lydia. They're about to wed after almost a decade in love, but then on Lydia's 28th birthday, Freddie dies in a tragic accident. Though she's racked by grief, Lydia knows that Freddie would want her to try to live fully happily even without him. With the help of her family and friends, she takes her first tentative steps in the world, open to life and even love again. Then something unbelievable happens. Lydia gets another chance at her old life with Freddie. Lydia is pulled again and again through a doorway to her past, living 2 lives, impossibly at once. But there's a toll to returning to a world where Freddie, alive, still owns her heart because there's someone in her new life who wants her to stay. Probably read this one in the summer too. Anyway, that is all the books that I've recently bought. I think I did my last book haul like a month ago and I have like the same amount of books. So maybe I should just do monthly book hauls at this point. Be sure to enter the giveaway if you want to win this book. All you have to do is subscribe, like the video, and just comment down below your favorite book. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.